Welcome back. It's time for Lefties Losing It. Here is a lefty well and truly losing it, claiming that telling him you're voting for Donald Trump is among the most dehumanising things you can do. The narcissism, the entitlement here is off the charts.
Oh, I'm not transphobic, but what exactly? You're about to tell me the most dehumanizing thing I've ever heard of you believe about trans people? You're about to tell me you're voting for Trump? You're about to tell me that you don't think trans women should use the women's bathroom? If you need to put a disclaimer and that but, maybe keep that thought to yourself.
Fake nails until eyeshadow don't make you a woman. XX chromosomes do. I don't write the rules. Talking about entitled and narcissistic, check out this British lady having an almighty meltdown because a polite driver called her Miss. You see, she doesn't identify as Miss.
I'm telling you, it's a frigging problem.
And I'm saying to you, thank you, miss. And then all of a sudden you start to be angry.
Why would you say thank you, miss? I don't.
Because I'm trying to be polite.
But how do you know I identify as a miss? I might be a miss.
Identify?
I might be something else.
I don't know what. I'm not asking for identification ID. I'm just saying thank you, miss.
I think it was disrespectful.
How is it disrespectful?
Because you don't know me. I've literally just got in your cab.
Yeah, and you said nice car, and then I say thank you, miss.
5 minutes.
Okay.
And you call me miss when it's not your place, is it? You're not a family. You're not a friend.
But I'm trying to be polite, saying thank you, miss.
Well, I don't think that's polite. I think that's disrespectful.
Disrespectful to what?
To me.
How is it disrespectful for you?
How do you know I identify as anything?
What do you mean, identify?
You know, like gender.
Gender?
Yeah.
What do you mean by gender?
I might be a they.
A they? You know, you're that. You're a woman. You're a woman over here. I can see you're my eyes.
Right, okay.
Okay.
So that makes it okay.
Okay for what? You're giving me complimenting,
so
and then I give you thanking.
If I would say to you, thank you, mister, do you think that's all right? You don't think that sounds disrespectful?
Usually people in England using English, they say sir. So maybe you say sir. I don't know. Mister is okay, but maybe you don't have educations, or maybe you only say mister.
So
I don't know.
Okay.
That poor dude isn't paid enough to put up with that craziness. It's so crazy that I'm suspecting it's some sort of a setup, but these people do actually exist. Now, crazy sums up this next clip.
Mother I hate this mother. No, Sam, that's not how we do it. Let me show you how we take care of the creature. Let me show you how we take care of the creature. Go, Rita! Get up! Get up! Get up! Rita! That's how it's done. Yeah! Okay, calm down.
Yeah.
How clever to destroy your own property. Yeah, that's really going to show BB who's boss. Now, you have to give Charlie Kirk credit here. Not only does he go to college campuses and seeks to have dialogue with the lefties, but he manages to keep his cool and his manners, even when the lefties are as obnoxious and odious as this next dude who asks him what drug he's going to overdose on if Trump loses.
When Kamala wins and when you go into manic spirals, everything you've worked for crumbles around you, what illicit drugs you can overdose on?
So if Trump wins, what are you going to do to yourself?
I don't know, probably move to the Netherlands. I don't want to deal with them. Can you answer the question, though? Snowflake?
I hope that
Answer the question, Snowflake.
I hope Trump wins. Kamala
Answer
might
the
win.
question,
Let me tell you what happens.
Coward.
So let me tell you what happens. If Kamala Harris wins, which she might, unlike you, I will not flee my country. I will go back to work the next day if Kamala Harris wins. And you might be right. Kamala might win. It might be too much. But I'll be able to look my daughter and my son in the eye and say I did everything I possibly could to make sure that this country remained free and prosperous for you guys, and that I gave it all on the line.
Good luck with that, buddy. Kamala sweep! Kamala sweep!
See, this is what happens when you don't discipline your children. Imagine hiring that dude one day. Now to a young woman who doesn't need a job. She didn't even need school. She was too busy gallivanting around the world, telling presidents and prime ministers how to run their countries. And now Greta Thunberg is here to tell us why her anti-Israel crusade is linked to climate change.
In Palestine and all over the world, the fight against colonialism and corporation destruction of the planet are intrinsically linked. Because Chevron, everyone knows that Chevron is one of the most biggest climate criminals. The climate change
dear. Just like her catastrophist global warming nonsense, just about every word she utters there is devoid of sense, facts. But remember, that didn't stop several world leaders from allowing that simpleton's activism and the climate cult to damage their energy security and with it, their economies and the prosperity of their people. And far from destroying the natural environment, Israel plants millions of trees every year. In fact, in 1948, they only had around 2% of the country covered in trees. Now that figure is around 8.5%. You'd think Greta and the Greenies would be happy about that. Now to a young lady who needs Jesus. Like, seriously.
I love killing babies. I love it.
Jesus will come. We have to give her the word.
I've had like 45 abortions and I'm going to keep having them.
Now, and watch here as a lefty Patrick Murphy is trying to push Biden's inflation lies. But there's a fact check coming from host Harris Faulkner, and it's beautiful.
So wait a minute. What did you say inflation was when Biden took over?
I said inflation was up at high at 9%. It's now down to 3.2%.
No. When he took over from Trump, it was 1.4%.
Yeah, and there was also there was also
I want to make sure because Biden
debt,
says it was at 9%, and I don't want you to get confused with his
debunked.
His false talking points.
Time to check in with the Veep and her many accents. This is urban Kamala from the block.
Brother, we are not going back. We are not going back. We are not going back. We will not go back.
This next one, I detect a Hispanic tone.
In fact, recently I was in Nevada. I'm in these streets, let me tell you, I'm everywhere. I love you back.
And let's take a trip down memory lane and have a look at the man who gave Kamala her big break, Willie Brown, who was 60 and the powerful Speaker of the California Assembly when he had a romantic relationship with 29-year-old Kamala and appointed her to 2 well-paid state board positions. And the rest, as they say, is history.
He's a rogue, all right, notorious for his flamboyant lifestyle. Flashy clothes, fancy parties, fine women,
Are you his daughter?
and fast cars.
You should from now on address me as the mayor.
If ever a man and a municipality were made for each other, it is this man, this place.
And this next young lady still hasn't forgiven Kamala for that Willie Brown dalliance.
The left is trying to tout this woman as a savior for the black community, but all she's done is hurt the black community since she came into the game. See, the first step in destroying the black community is to dismantle the black family. So aside from her record as a prosecutor, why don't we ask Mrs. Willie Brown if Kamala Harris cares about black families?